our development educators can be of help to our credit unions in this time of crisis. Okay, so I'm going to be the moderator as well. Kunranjit is here with me. And we also invited our mentors. Thank you very much, Paul. I know that it's quite late. It's a little bit late for you. And also Mabel, I saw Mabel, our mentors are here, Kamon and Kunranjit. So even though you have completed your development education program, I think it's our commitment to be all the time mentors to all of you. Okay, so for an effective meeting, we would like to request everyone to please mute your microphone whenever you're not speaking, and you can unmute it when you want to speak. And then when you want to speak or when you want to share something, you can use the chat box. We have a chat box here, and Kamon will be monitoring your messages on the chat box. The proceedings of this meeting is being recorded, so you can access it from our Facebook and from our YouTube channel. Okay, so next slide. Can you go? Okay, the objectives of this session with you is we would like to create an awareness on your part that there is a tool that Accio has developed and this tool can be used by credit unions to analyze the impacts and responses to COVID-19. And then when they go through this document, they would be able to prepare a business continuity plan. That is that simple, because the document that we prepare is very simple to follow. It's not very highly technical, but that one will really guide credit unions. We have heard some feedback already from the credit unions who use it, and they are saying that this is easy to use. Okay. We know that you are involved, fund, no, not yet fund. Okay, and the next one is to identify, this is more important of all, is to identify what ways that the development educator can help your credit union and your members. It might be, professionally or maybe on a personal basis. On a personal basis, if you are a volunteer, but on a professional basis, when you are still involved in the credit union as an employee. Next slide, please. Oh, yeah, I just want to remind you of your group picture. I can see smiles on your faces. This is really very good memories for all. Next slide. Okay, so say hi to your mentor, Miss Mabel. Miss Mabel also joining you. This is what group? I cannot remember. I cannot read. Okay, this is your group. There is a smile. Yes. Okay, and then Compass. Compass group. Okay, what is how do you call your cheers? Can you still remember your cheers? And the next group is, okay, this is my group, Smart. Yeah? Okay, next group. The next group is, what is the name of this group? This is, come on group. Hi everyone. Yes, okay, next group. Okay, the next group is, what is the name of this group? Yeah, this is Kunranjit group. Okay, Jackma. Okay, Jackma. All right, so this is the cover of the business solution that we developed, and we have already circulated this to your respective federations. I hope that your federation has already disseminated this document with you. But what we are going to do now is to give you a highlight of this document. Next slide. In the next, it looks like the agenda is missing. Okay, Fan, can you stop? I will use my presentation. Fan, can you stop presenting? Sorry for that. This is the one talking.
Get in your file.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yes, sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry for that. That this is not the this is not a development educator, right? uh-uh. Okay. So this is the agenda. I hope that you have minutes to spend with us. We have 5 minutes introduction, and that is over. And we have a 10 minutes greeting from your mentors. We would like to ask our mentors to greet you, and then we will take 25 minutes presentation of the credit union business solution. And the 40 minutes is very important because you will get the chance to share with us your experiences and then what you can do as a development educator. We are, as I already mentioned, we are recording this, and so based on what you've shared with us, we can compile it, and we can also share that with you, and we will have a 10-minute synthesis and closing. So, having said that, I will then give the time for our mentors to say hello to you. Okay, let me ask the mentors to say hello and to greet everyone. Let us start with Paul. Paul, your mic is mute. Paul, the mic is mute. Below the sound, Paul, your mic is mute. Okay, Paul, your mic is still mute. Okay, I will come back to Paul, and then I will ask, come on, can you say hello to them? I'll come back to Paul later. Okay, thank you. I saw Mabel also there. Mabel?
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys? It's been how many years? Almost a year. Yeah. And we are in the Philippines, specifically in NATCO. We are on our 75th day of working from home because we are still in a lockdown. So we're not allowed yet to go outside and to go to our respective office. We do have a good news that by January 1, I think the government will shift to the general quarantine. And then the NATCO might decide that after a week, we might be allowed to go to the office. I hope everyone is well still physically and emotionally and mentally. And this will be a very exciting moment for each and everyone because it is again what we call a gift from heaven again for every credit unions because ACU is again providing us a very practical, Ma'am Lenny mentioned about the tool. This is like, how do you call it? A very good dish served to everyone that we can easily implement in our respective credit unions, and we can definitely share it to everyone, to our members. This is we can right away implement and look after. This tool can also help us look after our members, not just economically, but also there are some good suggestions or advices from the tool that we can implement for us to be able to enhance our physical and health also, and at the same time and of course eventually will help the community that we are working with. So please be very active and share what you're doing in your respective community, and if you would like to contribute again, please do so. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mabel. So I hope you are safe. So we are now joined by our Sir Paul. Paul, now it's your turn.
Afternoon, all.
Good
You can hear me
afternoon.
now. Greetings from Australia. Yeah, we've been impacted down here the same as everyone else with COVID, and credit unions are working closely with our members to help and do whatever we can to help them through this very trying times. From what I have been able to see, as always, ACU is at the fore of helping out all the member credit unions all throughout Asia, and I'm really proud of some of the great stories that I'm seeing and reading about the things that you guys and your credit unions are doing to help out your members as we get through these very trying times. So from me to you, from mine to yours, I hope you're well and safe, and I wish you and your family all the very best. Thank you, boss.
Yes, thank you very much, Paul. That is also our wish to you. We wanted to see you very soon. Unfortunately, we had to cancel our June and November workshop, but once everything is normalized, we can definitely accelerate the number of DE programs in Asia because I think we need this. Thank you very much for all your support. I know you are starting to book your ticket coming to Bangkok. Yes, so thank you so much. Okay, Kudranji, please, you're now turn.
Sir, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm happy to see everyone. Kuleni is bringing the greeting from Bangkok. I also bring the greetings. We are very happy all the Ds are not affected for COVID-19. We pleased for that. And of course, you had a serious difficulties last 3 months. But we like to bring back again to continue within our capacity, how we could help our members and how we could help with our institution. I think that COVID-19, we keep the distance, at the same time we bring the closer to you, because if there's no COVID-19, there will be no such kind of electronic meeting. Now we are using more electronic and high-tech meeting. We're going to continue this kind of gathering groups, maybe depends on your need on a quarterly basis. So we're back to the today topic, how this new business solution, how you can digest and where we can put into the ground to help our members. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Kunranjit. So having said that, you will have anyway chance to speak. So while I am doing this presentation, I hope that you will be able to, to internalize, okay, what can I do as a development educator and what can I do in my credit union? Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, wait. Take time. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. We do not know which one. Wait. Which slide that you have now? Can you see, Kunranjit, in my presentation? Which one are you seeing now?
It's still the agenda.
Oh, still the agenda? Okay, let me see. Okay. I think I oops. Okay. Have it changed already?
We can see now your presentation.
What can you see now?
Both of you, Sir Ranjit and you.
Oh, I see. Kunranjit, you have a. Do you have a presentation on the slide?
No, we can't see the slide, ma'am. You can see the presentation.
All right. Okay. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. Fun, but the presentation of fun is not the one that I prepared. Fun. Okay. No, okay. Well, what can you see now from the slide?
Okay, it's still in the agenda. Which one you want to put in?
This one.
So where is that one?
I think we have a two presentation on the slide. Fan, can you do the presentation on your side? I will stop the presentation here. Sorry for that. Okay. Yeah. When can you do the previous one, the previous slide? Okay, so can you now see the first slide, which is guide to the credit unions? Is that what everybody's seeing now? Okay. All right, I'm so sorry for this one. Okay, so next slide, Fan. Okay, this is the content of the business solution. It is very important that we're able to understand the impacts to the credit unions. The impacts of the credit unions, as we see, are in three areas. we need to be very concerned that the members are impacted, are feeling the impact of the COVID-19. The foundation of your credit union are the members, and if the members are not able to pay, members are getting sick, even no matter what kind of planning you're doing in your credit union, it's not going to work. We have to address the concerns of the members. And not only that, we also have to address the concern of our employees, and equally important is the institution. Next slide. Okay, these are the impacts of this COVID or coronavirus to our members. So members' health, members' ability to pay, the digital channels that members can use in order to access your financial services. And there is an area that we need to address, which is the resilience. I will explain that in detail, and that is also explained in detail in our business solution. Next slide. I came across this survey in the credit unions, conducted in the credit unions, and the question was, in what way can your credit union support you and your family during this situation? This is something that you also need to, internalize and look back on how the members of credit unions are really feeling right now. So there are three answers to that. And number one is saying that I want my credit union to increase my peace of mind, that the credit union provide me with the relief I need to get through this crisis. Because right now, even us, we do not know what is going to happen in the future. We do not know whether we can still travel. We do not know whether our work is still relevant as a regional organization. In the same way, your members are also now, having dilemma whether they can still start their business selling in the market. Those are the questions in their mind. And, some people also may be losing hope. So they are saying that I need my credit union to build my hope. Continually, the credit union should be there to continually be there for me to go through, for guidance and solution.
Ma'am Lenny?
I am on mute. Oh, all right. I'm sorry for that mute. Can you go back to the previous slide, Juan? Okay. All right. I think I already spoke too much. The previous slide. Right. Okay. In the earlier slide, to make it short, in the earlier slide, I was telling that the business solution has three areas that we look at, because the credit union should be concerned about the members. Primarily, priority should be the members. The members of credit unions are the foundation, your foundation. No member, no credit union. No member of credit unions, no ACU, the insured. These are the areas where the pandemic really affected the members, the health of the members, the ability of the members to pay, and the digital channels, and the resilience of the members. The resilience of the members in times of crisis. The credit union should help our members on that. We'll discuss that further. Next slide, please. Next slide. This is I want to share with you one of the result of the survey that is done by a credit union, and you can see that there are in the questions In the question asked about in what way can your credit union support you and your family during the situation, there were three top answers. The number one is, I want my credit union to help me increase my peace of mind. The credit union provide me with the relief I need to get through this crisis. Number two is build my hope. Continually be there for me through guidance and solutions. Okay. Number three is reduce my unnecessary stress and make it easy for me to access stuff and tools when and how I need them. Most of the things that I've seen credit unions are doing, especially in countries where there is a lockdown, the credit unions are providing, this is some thought for you to just think. Credit unions are providing food stuff to the members because they cannot go out. Why they are providing food stuff? It's because the members do not have money to, to survive during the crisis. They do not have emergency fund for them to meet their basic needs. That is an issue. That is an issue that the credit union need to address, because in that way, the members are not resilient. They do not, financially, they are not resilient in times of crisis. And there is another one, resiliency in terms of physical health of the members. Next slide. Okay, so this is what I was telling. When we talk about resiliency, we also need to think about during this coronavirus pandemic, the experts are saying that people with high immune system are less vulnerable to infection. So we need to check, we need to, look at our members. Are they really physically healthy in order for them not to be contracting the virus? I can say that maybe in Philippines, that might be a social issue because our eating habits, maybe will make us more susceptible to underlying disease, which is not good during this time. Yeah, so the response of the credit union is that, your response is to protect your members and to prevent and to secure the health of the members. Yeah, I hope that you understand that one, protection, prevention. When we look at that, I think we need also to have, you are conducting a lot of training programs for your members. Why not we also include health education for the members, even though we are not medical professionals, but, by educating members on the healthy eating habits, on the, exercise and things like that. As like what Korean credit unions movement are doing, the credit unions in Korea, they even have, hiking for their members. These are the things that we need to really innovate and we really need to introduce. Next slide. Ability to pay. This is now going to be an issue because many of your members during the lockdown cannot go to work, especially the wage earners. Many of your members who are small and micro enterprise operators cannot open their shops. We have farmers who cannot go to farm because not allowed. And there are also farmers where, their produce are getting spoiled because they cannot bring them to the market. I've read a lot of news about that, like, for example, in the Philippines, there is a place in Baguio City where tons of vegetables were just dumped because it gets spoiled and cannot bring to the market. The door-to-door service of the credit union is definitely stopped right now. And prices increase because, some people during the lockdown hoard supplies and food stuff. And so, some of the very, clever people increase the price of commodities. In here, the response of the credit union is that I think we need to really look into our financial literacy training program in our credit union. Because in developing countries, the way credit unions can be more relevant is ensuring that we have financially literate members, because we do not have more middle class. If we have more middle class, they have income, and they have no problem in this crisis. But we have majority of the members who need to be more financially literate because they are not just that well off. We need also to step in and facilitate our members in selling their produce during the lockdown. There are some credit unions who also do that, and we need to reach out to the members. And this is important. Business development services should be part of our lending program so that it can create more employment opportunities for our members. Next slide. Right, digital channels. During this pandemic, I think, is a lesson that we can learn, is that the credit unions need to have digital channels. In the Philippines, you have a Kaya payment platform, but not all of the cooperatives that are under PFCCO and MACO are using the digital channels. The digital channels can help them to pay their utilities, and also, it will also reduce the number of times they are holding coins and notes, because according to the experts, these are also carriers of the virus. Next slide. All right, members' resilience. Okay, Rufo said that he cannot. Can everybody hear me? Because Rufo is saying he cannot hear me. Okay, all right. Members' resilience. I think the survey is telling about the mental health. This is one of the things that maybe the credit union should also look after. We are not a mental institution, but at least the staff of the credit union has a less work now, because they are not certainly the transactions has lessened, but I think the credit union has to utilize their staff at least to reach out to the members. Your members has a Facebook, you can group them, and you can have a group chat with the members. At least the state of the members, and you can give them support. Financial health of the members is also one resiliency area, because if the members do not have emergency fund or enough money during the crisis, they definitely are begging for help to feed their family on a daily basis. That is what happened in Philippines that I have seen, because most of the families are relying on government ration in order to feed their families. That is very sad. If that is happening to members of credit unions, I think, sorry to say, we have not actually fulfilled our mission. We have not actually fulfilled our role. This morning, we had a discussion with the credit union from Indonesia, and they are saying, no, we did not give food ration to our members because our members have sufficient fund and money to feed their families during the crisis. We have taught them, they said that they have taught them on financial literacy beforehand, even the crisis happened. Next slide. All right, this is the lesson we can learn from this crisis. For our members to become resilient, they need to be physically resilient, and they need to be financially resilient. So going forward, I think the credit unions, particularly in the developing countries, these are the things. These are the very important things that we should learn from this crisis. And moving forward, this is the things that we need to focus in our education and in our program to our credit union, to our members. Next slide. Okay, so this is for the staff. Fan, can we go to the next slide? It's also very important to look at the well-being of our staff. Three areas: job security and morale, work from home challenges, and health protection for the staff. So these are the recommendations that we have included in the solution. Ensure that salaries of staff is on time. It's very important. Ensure that it's the responsibility of the credit union. Transparency of the business continuity plan, because I think this is the role of the governance. The role of the governance is to ensure that you are identifying the impacts and the risk that is associated with it. And the credit union is actually looking at mitigation, overcoming those risks. And every communication that the credit union is doing to their staff, it has to be optimistic and positive. It should not be negative. Otherwise, we are all in the sinking. It's not like that, okay? And flexibility. And of course, we should also be doing a virtual bonding. Work from home challenges. I hope that this is not what you experience. That there is a challenge in the work from home because you do not have proper internet because the only way to communicate when working from home is a good internet connection, because all that we do now is conferencing using virtual platform. And most importantly is that it's not just sending the staff to home and saying that, okay, now you can work from home, but it has to be clear and that we need to have a work from home policy that is established. Okay, the health protection is around, equipping the staff with the needed PPEs when they work from office, especially those essential staff, and suspend all in-person meetings and use digital channels. Next. Okay, this is quite heavy stuff, but I will go through the next one. These are the areas that we need to look at our institution or our credit union. Next slide. Okay, one is the disaster preparedness. Where the disaster preparedness is available, we have seen that I'm sure that credit unions have prepared, especially in Nepal. Maybe the disaster that you are referring before is earthquake. In the Philippines, the disaster that we are prepared for is the flood and typhoon and maybe earthquake also, but never came to our mind about health crisis. So it's also important to have a business continuity planning. That the goal is to enable ongoing operations before and during execution of any disaster. And this one will actually the business solution number 27 is already a guide for the credit unions to prepare their business continuity plan. Next slide. Okay, so this is that simple. Looking at impacts, so you already have a guide with this business solution, and looking at the risk associated with it, and what is your response. So this is the plan. Yes, next. Right, okay, I just show you an example of how it looks. So this is the area, the lending services, the lending services, you describe what is the scenario around your lending services in the credit union, saying that because of the lockdown, members cannot go to work, and so they do not have sources of income to repay the loan, and they do not have, emergency fund. The probability is high because members would not be able to repay the loan, and the impact is on operations and finance. And on the finance, we need to quantify how many members, how much loan gone bad, and what is its effect to your delinquency rate, and when the provision is made, how much it will impact to your revenue and reserve fund. Yeah, next slide. Okay, so liquidity management is also important because you cannot collect the loan now as you used to be before the COVID. And so there will be like some sort of managing this liquidity. The digital channels is that I think we need to integrate digital literacy training in member, because what I heard, when the credit union is using Kaya, not many members are using it. It's because they do not know how to use that from their mobile phone. So it has to be part of our education to the members. Next. Okay, so in the lending, our suggestion is to first avoid granting new loans if they will create more indebtedness. But we need to lend to support businesses and farmers. We also need to review the lending process because the environment has changed drastically during this crisis. And we need to integrate business development services in lending. It should be part of the lending so that members would be able to see opportunities for business. Next. Okay. On the portfolio quality, I think I have explained that we need to look at the number of members where loans have been affected by the coronavirus, and the credit union can offer moratoriums or loan renegotiation, but the loan renegotiation is not for everybody. It's only for those members whose sources of repayment to the loan is affected. This is very important in terms of savings. I think our suggestion is that the credit union need to mandate, it has to be a mandatory that all members of credit unions, especially those low-income people, need to build their emergency fund, which is equivalent to 6 months of family expenses. It's not an overnight, but it should be something that they are setting as a goal so that we can help them to become more resilient. Yeah, next slide. All right. Okay, so this is, I think maybe this is my last slide in terms of in institution. For operating and capital expenditure, they have to reduce expenses as much as possible and postpone any capital expenditure. Institutional capital, we have always mentioned this. Our credit union need to have at least 10% institutional capital ratio to total assets for financial cushion in times of crisis. Our Serpol will attest to this, that in Australia they need to meet the capital adequacy ratio. In Asia, we do not have this. We do not have that very strict regulation. So it's really a self-regulation that is happening on us. But this is very important right now. The credit union with at least 10% ratio of reserve fund from their total assets, we are not worried about them because they will be able to bear the impacts of this crisis. Remember, the COVID is a health crisis, but it has a financial crisis. I see that Paul is yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that achieve 10% ratio of institutional capital. In Australia, that's a rock bottom minimum requirement, and we are required to have considerably above that. So you really should strive to get to the 10% and then well above that as best you can.
Right.
There's your comment.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. Okay. So on the governance, we need to ensure that the board can perform their oversight function. It's not just sending them home. Making sure that the board is still performing their oversight function, even the office is not operating full 100%. The board needs to ensure that business continuity plan is in place. And on the legal compliance, we certainly have to adhere to regulatory guidelines and then provide feedback to your federation on the regulatory advocacy that is required. Yeah, needed. Next slide. Okay, lessons that we can learn. This is, I think, one of the things. One, are credit unions resilient? Yeah, this is not, how do I say, this is only our thinking right now. Because if credit unions are resilient, if they have a financially literate membership, and credit unions are able to fund and are able to maintain the minimum requirement of reserves. That is the resiliency of the credit union, according to us, okay? This is that simple. Because if your members are not financially literate, you always have a problem of delinquency. If your members are not financially literate, you always have a problem on your lending and financial services, okay? So this is what we think. Next slide. Okay, so this is, I just want to emphasize, ACU is still there. What we want to emphasize among all the development educators is that no matter what is happening in our environment, we need to be still focused. The focus is our members. The center of our existence are our members of the credit union. So we can do a lot of things about technical stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all about our members. Thank you so much. So we are now ready to give you a chance to share your reflections and anything you want to say. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Appeal, it's me, Appeal.
Appeal, yes. How are you, Appeal?
I'm fine, man. And what about you?
We are okay, thank you.
And first of all, good afternoon to everyone. I have one questions to you regarding this, and I'm sharing some best practice of Nepal in this pandemic. And first of all, I want to inform you that we have done. Are you listening? Are you listening, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody is listening to you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And for about best practice, we have done the insurance of all staffs in this pandemic, COVID-19 insurance to staffs and to members as well. It is for up to 1 year. Time duration is for up to 1 year. And on lending loans, are giving members 3 months loan, short-term loans, and that will be of free of. It will not. This is of what I call is service charge and interest rate is totally free for 3 months. It's just like they have to return back after 3 months. If after 3 months they can return that money up to Nepalese rupees 25,000 only for their survivment. And another one is we have. Make a decisions about interest rebate in this pandemic because their business and they are in pandemic and in difficult situations. So we are providing them rebate And one more thing is that in Nepal, the government is the difference between they are just like doing that. The administration is not allowing to open credit unions, but they gave the permissions to open for other financial institutions just like banks and development banks. They are letting them to open, but in this pandemic they are not allowing us credit union. And so on behalf of that, we as a credit union, we go and talk to the administrations, and now they are ready to open. Now they allowed us to open. And in these situations, we think that if banks are open instead of credit union, then what will be the situations about our credit union? The members belief will be decreased, or something that what we can do from our side to let them just like that. What I can say that we want to we want to provide service, but administration is not allowing us to do so. And what will be others idea, so we can take care of members as well. Thank you for your presentation, ma'am, and thank you everyone. Nice to meet you all, and thank you Akyu for organizing these very beautiful training sessions. I hope this will surely be good to our member as well. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you very much, Appeal. We also would like to, for others who will be sharing, we would also like to hear from you. What can you do as a development educator? You know, listening from the presentation, is there anything that on your part you can also do in order to help credit unions and in order to help members? Yeah. Okay. Anyone would like to share? Just let us know. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing your view. I think I post very good always. You're giving them more privilege and benefit to the member. But I like to ask, when you say you give the interest-free service fee loan, I post the one question, understand to me more, where is the source of fund? Because your source of fund is coming from the deposit. How do you able to cover up, and how much money you have granted during last 3 months? Can you tell me? That's one my question. Second question, is there any insurance coverage only for COVID-19 for only Nepal? Is there, what is that? Is it a health insurance, or paying for the medical bill, or it is a part of the life insurance, the accident insurance, like during that period, which will cover certain amount of benefits to the, in the case of the member has affected COVID-19, or in case he passed away? Can you give me more details? So then I'm sure all the Ds would like to hear this experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your thank you, sir, Ranjit sir, for your questions. And about COVID-19 insurance, the insurance company of Nepal are providing that. They are providing health insurance. They are all of the insurance company raise one fund. From that fund, they are doing insurance to different business sectors and institutional insurance. They are doing like that. And if we are tested, if our PCR is tested positive, then they will provide 1 lakh per member. And it's only for up to 1 year, and the cost is almost very low. Institutionally, the cost is very low. For 50,000, they will take Nepalese rupees 300 and 300 per member. Up to 50,000 insurance, and up to 1 lakh they will charge up to 600 per member, and it's up to 1 year, and the age should be of to 99 years. 99 years member. There should be 99 years. And another one is, yeah, we are allowing our members to get that loans, that emergency loans. We are providing emergency loans in this pandemic only. And if the pandemic is today, then its time duration is up to 15 days. We will provide that loans. And the amount, as I told you earlier, that our liquidity is getting higher and higher, bigger and bigger, and we have almost 40% liquidity as per Pulse indicator, and so that we are letting them to do so. And if they want to take that money, that loan, emergency loans, then they must have savings, monthly savings, and they must not have delinquency loans. In these two criteria, we provide them loans, and the amount must be in 3 months, more is up to maybe 20 lakhs. Up to 15 to 20 lakhs we are providing. And it's not a big, I think it's not a big, and it's only for up to 3 months. After 3 months, if they cannot pay and they have to give them with interest rate, low interest rate, we will charge them low interest rate after 3 months only. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Right. Is there anyone who can share what do you think, development educators can do?
Ma'am, I would like to share our practice in our cooperative. Hello, ma'am.
Let's go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, I would like to share the practice.
Sure, no problem. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Ma'am, we give vitamins to our members every time they go to office to check their temperature in order for us to know whether they have illness, to prevent the spread of this disease, the possible spread rather of this disease. With regards to the loan, we give to member borrowers who have default from the time the COVID-19 existed. From March to June, we didn't collect interest, additional interest and penalty for them to help, for us to help rather them recover on their payment. We designed also loans like Sagip and Bang loan intended for affected members of COVID-19 to help them recover from their loss incurred during this pandemic. And we do also the on-site release. It means that we are going on their house for us to release the loan, because some of our members here within our area of operation cannot go outside. So we are the one going to their house for us to give the loan, to release the loan. So they didn't So they didn't need to go out for them to avail loan. So we are the one who is extending the granting of loans. And so with regards to the health, so even before the pandemic didn't exist, we have now programs for health. We have the health savings program, so it doesn't only cater for COVID-19, so all kind of sickness. So it includes the laboratory, the dental, the cleaning, the vaccine, and they can avail maximum of 6,000 per annum, 6,000 per annum. And with to the debt, so just just to our health savings. Uh, if the member is unfortunately died, we can give 30,000 up to 200,000 at any cost, not only COVID-19 but also any kind of diseases, as long as he or she contested the period of 6 months. So that's our practice that I can share to you. So thank you for sharing a while ago, and meeting, sharing rather us insights more and learnings on how to better serve our members despite of the pandemic happen. So thank you very much, ma'am, sir.
Thank you very much, Rufo. Is there anyone who would like to share? What happened to you? This is not 3 minutes presentation, okay? this is the 3 minutes presentation, okay? Okay, but make it short.
Can I share, Ma'am Len?
Okay, sure, no problem.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I am Hazel from NATCO. For our friends in Southeast Asia and also from Australia, Sir Paul, the Philippines has been on lockdown since May 15, I think. So for at least 2 months, we were out of the office. We were granted by NATCO to work from home. So we've been doing that since March 16. So for NATCO, all the other products and services were stopped because of the COVID the situation. But aside from that, the credit is still ongoing for our members. So I think there were no additional charges or penalties for the loans, but they still offer loans for the members who needs it, for our cooperative members. But for our unit, I came from the youth department unit. As a development educator, we were trying to somehow move into the new normal. So we've been thinking and we've been doing for the past 2 months. We've been transforming our traditional setups like trainings into digital. So we have released 2 free webinars for the youth advocates and youth leaders. So we've done that, and now we're in the process of turning our teachers training into a digital one so that we can still be able to um, make activities for our members. So definitely this situation has been very challenging for us, not just in youth but for the whole NATCO, because most of our members, especially the cooperative members, are far from the center. So we have to go to the provinces usually, but this time we have to make all our transaction digitally. So now we're adjusting still for the new normal, but hopefully we can be a lot more better in this. So that's all for NATCO.
Thank you very much, Hazel. Right. Silent. What happened to the D's? Is there?
Hi, Ma'am Len. I just want
Yes.
to add.
Sheila, go ahead.
Just want to add from Hazel's sharing from NATCO. I'm Sheila from the NATCO also, so under the department group of MICOOP. So under the MICOOP, we have those small and medium type cooperatives we assisted. So since work from home, we also, the things that are discussed during the work from home with our team from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, we also have shared this information to our affiliates, the small and medium type cooperatives, our partners, especially here in Mindanao. So since Mindanao area is all not so same as Luzon lockdown, but we are on a general community quarantine. And also with the ECQ mandate for health precautionary measures, our cooperatives, our partner co-ops some of our challenging co-ops are closed. Only those area co-ops with not so challenged financially, they are working flexible time or shortened hours on work from 8 a.m. up to 12 noon, but the staff will go home at 3 p.m. But then their work mostly on, we have checked their daily monitoring in terms of health checkup. So we have monitored number of staff are healthy or are their staff sick. So we have monitored also their monitoring in terms of call and text, and then some are, if their connection on internet is good, so we can have virtual meeting. But then for other cooperatives who are challenged in internet connection, so it's very hard to connect to them. But we send on the emails. But those close co-ops also are very challenged. So in terms of salaries, they can no work, no pay. Only those. There are also co-ops. For us, Mancom, we are part of the management committee in their those partner co-op. So they have released those assistance for staff, the 13-month pay. The half of the 13-month pay was early released, and also that time since the pandemic came, that was the schedule of our 13th annual National Miko Forum. So we directly initiate to have a virtual forum. So that was our first time. So the virtual forum we posted. So those partner co-ops posted their social services in terms of giving assistance to their members and to their communities. Even those checkpoints, they give their assistance snacks, even small ways to members. And also general assemblies are not allowed. So though that was postponed. And also we asked like Ma'am Lenny to give us speak with us in terms of online, give us learnings or giving us inspiration during the annual forum. And also we continued monitoring during this new normal also. So the effect really is challenging on our key resort areas. Everything are decreasing, and that we are also giving them those portfolio risk management, how they will use that in terms of moratorium, in terms of extending the dues that are not yet paid, unpaid dues of the co-ops. So I think that's what our challenges are. So thank you. That's all, Ma'am.
Thank you very much, Sheila. For those at the National Federation and also staff of the credit union, how do I say? It's good to see credit unions are helping the frontliners, donating PPEs, giving food to the members. But I hope that this is not the solution. Really, we really need to put our minds and head to help our members to become resilient. That is, I think, our message. Because the reason why you are giving food, because your members do not have money to buy basic needs on a daily basis, because when they lose the job, they have no money the following day. That is our point. Because during this crisis, I am sure that what will happen, even the people who are already in the middle class will slide back to poverty. Our credit union will face more members who became poor. Those who are not poor before, those who are in the above poverty line. You will see some of them already in slide back to poverty. So what I am saying that our message is really that our credit union, we need to help our credit union to find ways that, to incorporate business development services to help those members who are struggling on a daily basis to find a source of living or source of income, to see opportunities. In every crisis, we can see opportunities. Do not wait until the vaccine can be developed, but the credit union should reach out to the members right now and see where is the status of the members now. How poor have they become because of the crisis? And by knowing that, the credit union would be able to find out what would be the tailor-made services that they can offer to their members. Giving free loan is not the solution. Giving, there was a saying saying that train people how to fish, not to give the fish. And this is now very applicable for the credit unions to do nowadays. And also teach the people on how to identify wants and needs, because this is always the problem why people get poor, because people do not know how to prioritize their expenditure. People do not know how to make the right financial decision. People do not have the right financial behavior. The wrong financial behavior will make our members more poor. So I think the credit unions, the federations, and the credit union staff need to look at that. Do not look at inward, I should say. Do not look at you. Of course, you have to take care of your organization. But if you don't take care of your members, there is no way for you to be able to take care of your organization if you are not really taking care of the well-being of your members. So, working from home, yes, that is your solution to yourself, but not your solution to your members. Do you get my point? I think our message to all the development educators, having known these things, please tell that and share that to your leaders, share that to your co-employees, share that to your colleagues, and educate the members of the credit union, educate the board of directors of the credit union. We must focus on uplifting our members. When you uplift the members, you uplift your organization. That is the very clear thing on that.
In line with that, Miss Lenny.
Yes.
In line with that, our other training unit, the unit training of NATCO, is actually initiated a business continuity plan training for the members of NATCO. So I think they are already on the third batch for the BCP, and a lot of our member cooperatives were already done with that. So we initiated that for that they can somehow adjust to the new normal. And for the youth unit, we are planning to conduct a webinar about youth entrepreneurship, so that the youth will have, now that they have more time at their home, they will realize that they have to use or make time to make it more productive by maybe selling online or maybe doing productive things or products. So that's what we were been doing also.
Thank you very much, Hazel. Any other point? Yeah.
I'd like to add what Hazel mentioned, because I think apart from the BCP that NATCO is doing, we also agree that we need to relieve or the offering on financial literacy is there is an urgency right now for the credit unions, especially under our network, to regularly share and probably conduct a sessions, may it be on a virtual session on the topic on financial literacy. ACU again has a very good tool. It's a very practical tool. We can make use of that, and members can easily implement and follow those practical suggestions and examples provided in that tool. So we would like to share again, and we would like our members again to be active in facilitating or providing or offering this financial literacy sessions.
Thank you, Bill. Anba is here, so I would like to hear from Anba from Malaysia.
Hello.
Yes, Anba.
Hi.
Wow,
Thank you, ma'am.
you have Aku there, right?
So can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So we have started operation since 4th May. The government is already allow us to work not from coming to operations. So far we have started first we implement the emergency loan, COVID-19 emergency loan for the members who don't have income for the past 2 months, because we have the lockdown from March 18th. So until 9 June, it's still lockdown, although the operation can start. So we start with the first is emergency COVID-19 loan. We interest rate. We lowest interest rate. And then besides that, we already start the SOP. The government have already said the SOP have to be implemented, so that no anyone other than the infected, so the other public shouldn't infected by the COVID-19. So we have implemented the SOP. So any member or leaders who come to our premises have to check with the temperature, and then they have to fill in the forms to fill if they have been the COVID-19 area and everything. And then especially I want to say thank you, because this presentation has given a few ideas for us, especially for me, because we are planning to do the MCO planning brainstorming on this Saturday. So it's like giving a first intro for me, so that I can share with my board members and then other staff. So how we can we can endure because we are afraid the pace of MCO going to affect our Malaysia soon, because we have like conditional MCO right now. So most of the people probably have been going through and out from the state and everything. So we are afraid the pace of COVID-19 might become. So we are planning for the MCO planning this Saturday. That's all.
Thank you very much, Anba. And give our greetings to Molly.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks. Anyone? I think maybe Paul, would you like to say something?
No, not really. Hey, no, look, obviously I saw it. I heard it said that the tail of recovery is going to be considerably longer than the sickness. Once we're all well and there's a vaccine and that sort of stuff, the economic recovery has a real impact on our members. And obviously credit unions and you guys as DEs are going to form a big part of influencing what's happening in your membership and helping people to recover initially, but then as Lenny was saying, helping your members to become resilient and be able to put aside 6 months worth of expenses or something, so that we're using this experience to prepare for the future. So congratulations, guys. I'm really, really proud of all of you. and keep up the good work. And thank you again for the opportunity to yourself, Lenny, and Ranjit. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. Is there any other thing you want to say, our BEs? If not, I think we will close this session, and we would like you to be connected with ACU all the time. So you just send us email if there are any things that we can do, or if there is anything that you would like to, to hear from us in another session or another topic. We are more than willing to do that. So thank you so much. I hope that Kamon already sent you the document, so you have it. And any question, just email us. All right. Thank you so much, and stay safe, everyone. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, ma'am.